Assalamu alaikum. Hello, everybody. How are you doing? This is my 40th day using Haps.tv platform and I would say, second week of lockdown at Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. So I'm working from home to finish my work today. Thought of doing a broadcast and getting connected with my Haps family. So those who join in using different social media platforms, I would suggest them to download Haps.tv app and you could subscribe to my channel and once you will subscribe you will get notified once I am live and do support my work on the Haps. So today was a bit busy day having several meetings and few sessions, workshop, I would say. And the weather was very nice, although we can't go out, but we can, go in the uh, car wash. It was raining almost from morning, I would say. So very nice weather. Those who join in, just say hi in the chat and do let me know from where you are joining. So I'm still exploring new features in the app studio. So I'm broadcasting as landscape mode. So I notice even in the setting, you could change the view. And I have turned off dollar goal in awards banner. So that's what animate layout transition also that's on. Yeah. So do let me know if you are how is my voice going on? Hello, Swifty. How are you? Walaikum salam. Would you like to join my broadcast? I can send you an invite. That would be great. Thanks for dropping by to my broadcast. How is the weather at London? Must be snowing, right? The other day I saw your broadcast. Good morning, Richard. How are you doing? Yeah, the other day I tried to connect, but I'm not sure. So if you are okay, I can send you invite, Richard, to join my broadcast. Nice to see Richard from US. That's cool. So I was telling that I'm doing broadcast in landscape mode using a desktop. It's okay, no worries. Swift Beats. Yeah, it's always nice to hear from you. And on top of that's a very nice thing. You're lucky, man. You are with your mother and with your family. That's cool. Oh, okay. I want to know what is the size of portrait. Um, I can't exactly tell you, Swiftbeat, what is the size, but I think it will adjust according to the screen of your device. The one in the studio it shows very small, but if you technically it should be 19, if I'm not mistaken, 19 by 14 or something. I can't recall the size, normal size, which actually fits in. So let me invite Richard. Oh, I see. Yeah, it's good to know technically what would be the size. Then you could adjust in the OBS to balance your. I need to check SwiftBeat to give you. Oh, thanks for the high word. That's really appreciated. So let me invite Richard. You have been invited. You can join my session. Anyone else who would like to join in, do let me know. I would actually love to send invite. Yeah, but SwiftBeat, you are using OBS for what purpose? If you could share with us, because most of the features in OBS, I use OBS, but few times only. Uh, thanks, thanks for the award. It's my pleasure, and I really appreciate. So most of the features in OBS, it's actually available in um, our Hat Studio. You know, even putting lower third, but here you can change up there. You know, maybe you could see I can change the title up there. So if you click on notifiers, and before, my advice would be before you start your Swift Beats. Yes. Hi, Richard. We can see you. That's nice. Are you using an external camera? Can't hear you, Richard. Can't. I think can't hear you. How about my side? How about others? Can you hear Richard? Okay, sure, sure. You just need to check. Sometime you are using multiple mics. Oh, I see. Using animated GIFs and other sort of things, right? Yeah, SwiftBit. Sometime, yeah, OBS give you control, more control. How I'm managing. So Richard would be joining back. Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, perfect. Welcome back. Welcome to
Oh,
my.
okay. I didn't have I didn't have I had the setting wrong. I've got the microphone plugged into my
Yeah.
board here, and I had the camera on and stuff like that. But good morning. I'm just getting my day started here.
Oh, that's cool. That's nice. We are almost ending our day here in Malaysia.
Yeah, that's what's weird.
Yeah.
Is you're,
Opposite word, you know.
you're ending the day, and I am starting the day with my morning coffee, sir.
Oh, that's cool. All the best. Have a nice day, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Just I'm on a day off today, so
Ah, I see. So tomorrow we'll be having a national holiday at Malaysia because we have multiracial society here. Tomorrow,
right.
if I'm not mistaken, is Taipocism, is um, Hindu religion ritual. So we'll be having most of the states in Malaysia will be having a national like it's a holiday, you know. Yeah. Okay. Swiftbeat is asking Richard, you got Roku streaming
Yeah,
player?
on the back, I've got Roku, but I like putting that on because I know when I broadcast, that's sort of like a dead zone. So that is a Chromecast, first generation. I've got an updated Chromecast on the TV in the living room. The was it Chromecast with Google TV, which is actually a good. I like that. I almost like it better than the Roku. But the Roku,
Mm.
I have it on here, and Roku is a pretty good piece of hardware for the price.
I see.
And,
Yeah, so I need to explore. I'm hearing first time this. So that's the beauty of, when you talk and share your expertise, and
yep,
especially
yep.
with I
Good
learn a lot
cross
from
feeds.
him.
Good
Yeah,
cross feeds.
yeah,
But yeah, I just like I find myself on a day off this. I got vacation time I have to use or I lose.
yeah.
I could I could cash it in, but the taxes are so high. It's better just to take the time off.
Oh,
So
you are lucky.
I got like
In
an extra long weekend. The next 3 days going into the weekend, I'm off. So I'll probably be camped out on here in Hamps if the missus doesn't have me stuff to do. I think I've got some furniture I have to move today. So I already have a job to do.
That's cool. That's cool. In our company, they don't allow. They allow only to carry forward 10 days.
Uh huh.
The rest all leaves burn out.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But you
And
have to take a break though.
yeah, I totally agree with you.
Yeah.
You have to balance, otherwise you will burn out.
Keyword balance. Balance is
Yeah,
important in one's life.
yeah.
Yes. Let's see.
So Swiftbeat is asking, yeah. Can you read the comments there, right?
Yes, I say SwiftBeats is saying with Roku, I can get custom TV channels. I'm trying to figure out how to stream apps on the TV using Roku. I don't know if there's a. I think you have. There has to be an app on the Roku. I'm not sure if you
Yeah.
can do that now. Chromecast, you can Chromecast. Like I could probably Chromecast to the
Mm.
that, but I'm not sure you. There is. There could be because I see it. If you want
How
to
about
cast,
RTMP?
pardon?
RTMP, there is a setting where you need to put the
You
server
know,
URL and some
yeah,
key.
yeah. That's there's. I'm just saying. I'm not sure what it's called, but I'm sure there's a setting in there that you can utilize as far as that goes, and the like. But yeah, it's pretty interesting. The Roku. I don't know if I can get some more light in here. I'm sort of orange in the morning. I'm orange because I don't get the. It's still
The
dark here.
sunlight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and stuff like that. But
So what
so
you will notice me like half of my is bright and half is dull
your
because
picture is good, Hassan. Now, am I
you know
saying your name right? Is it Hassan or
Has nine,
pardon?
Has nine,
Has. Let's see.
nine, Nan or Hasnan.
Hasnan. Okay, I'm sorry, Hasnan.
It's okay, no worries. Yeah,
Yeah, Hasnan. I just I'm bad
yeah,
on. I've traveled.
no
You figure
worries.
I've traveled the world but I pronounce my pronunciations are really crap.
Yeah,
Let's just say
that's
someone
good.
from when I was in Japan. Let's just say someone from Japan or Korea spoke better English than I did. Proper English.
Yeah, yeah. I do face few times. I met a person from different country and he can speak better mother tongue than mine. So my own mother tongue, he can speak better than myself. So
Can you
that's
say that
how
one more
sometimes
time? It's
us nine.
Has nine. Okay,
Yeah,
Has nine.
perfect.
Okay. Has nine.
Yeah,
Okay. Just
that's the perfect.
it's that's important to get
Yeah,
one's name correct and stuff like. That's why I decided to use my regular name here um, instead of my social media at Fireman Rich. I'm taking a break from Twitter. I've been off Twitter for over a month and
I
a half
see.
now, and I don't have
I
anything
see.
attached. I know everybody's saying, "Oh, you got attached your Haps to Twitter." I shelved
Yeah,
that. I'm strictly here on Haps. I like the interaction and all that, and it's more social media. I'm getting more social media out of Haps than I would Twitter, Facebook, Instagram combined. I guess.
yeah. So what SwiftBeat is saying, if you could click on the setting and we could adjust. Yeah, I have tried last time that setting, but somehow I'm using a gaming notebook, I would say. It's a powerful notebook. I mean, my for my children, they use this for gaming purpose. But when I change this setting in the video, you could make it like uh, it automatically adjusts, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Click on the video, increase flat
yeah. If
color balance.
the
Yeah,
way I look at it is, you could see me, you could hear me. I'm
yeah.
not I'm not making any money off of this or bank, and sometimes I guess if I were to close it, let me see, let me try something. Let me just move this shade a little bit. Let's see if I get a little more light there. That might give me a more little light. There it is. That's a little bit better. Well, then it
You
goes
know what? You know what I'm doing? I'm using a table lamp, and it's exactly behind my camera.
right,
So I'm putting some boxes underneath. Sometime I will put books to balance it.
right. Yeah,
So you have to,
yeah. That's using available resources.
yeah,
On
yeah,
your
right.
Okay, there it is. That's a little bit better. But
Yeah. But nowadays, due to COVID, they have a lot of these cheap stands with the ring kind of light.
right, yeah.
So you could put that and to balance the shadow. And the issue why I need to put that light in front because I have a light back up there.
Okay,
So there
yeah.
is a
So
light. If I
your
go
little
up,
studio.
yeah, you could see that. So if I don't put in front light, there will be a different shadow.
Yeah, yeah,
So that's how you need to actually learn all these small tricks to.
yeah. Well, I've got this little portable. It's called a selfie light here,
Oh
as far
yeah,
as, and
yeah,
yeah, that gives me a little bit of light, for broadcast. And but like I said, you can see me. I don't get too, I'm more like
but
my audio. If my audio is good, I like that, because I do audio. Another place at Fireman Rich on Anchor. I like doing the audio on the fly, and just I grew up with the AM/FM transistor radio when I was a kid. That was my very first piece of technology, and then
wow.
uh, when I was a kid growing up, my grandfather gave me one, and
Mhm.
it just it was pretty neat as far as back in the 60s, as I would say, back in the day. But this technology we have right now to be able to talk to you, when would you ever? When would we ever meet? We'd probably, if
Yeah,
I was in Malaysia or you were here in the States, we'd pass by. We wouldn't even, we just like, we got our own thing to do and stuff. But here on HAPS, it provides a platform where you can talk to other people and get a
yeah,
cross section. And I'm finding it very diverse, and I like that. As far as that goes, we all live on this big blue marble together, so it's good to get insights from other
yeah,
individuals from around the world.
yeah. It's a very nice platform, and there are a lot of lovely and nice people around, and you learn a lot. I I was thinking that I would be sharing tools for technology enhanced learning. That how I named my channel when I was creating,
Mm-hmm.
but in fact, I'm learning a lot from the community rather than I shared. But I try my best. So that's a good thing that what you rightly pointed out. You could go in and get to know people from around the world. How is the weather there?
This morning it is still cold. It's
I
like
see.
it's
Okay.
it's we've been getting about 20 to 30 degrees. I think this morning. What's it on the kitchen?
Uh-huh.
Kitchen thermometer
Mm,
outside is showing about 30 degrees, so it's about 28 to 30 degrees. We had a little dusting of snow, and
mm.
which is our 14th snowstorm for winter. But they have a tradition here. I
That
don't know
would
if you
be,
heard.
yeah,
Go ahead.
sorry, that would be in Fahrenheit, right?
Say again.
Is it the 30 temperature, 30-degree in Fahrenheit, right?
Oh, Fahrenheit. Yes, yes.
Yeah,
Which
yeah.
is like what,
If,
one degree
oh
or something
yeah,
like that? Yeah, yeah. So
because I was a bit shocked because it's the same temperature in Celsius in Malaysia, 33 degree,
oh, but
is
your
is
30 degree
humid.
is very hot. I watch
Yeah.
I watch Sky News on the Roku, and when they go to global temperatures. I'm thinking, I could tell that I don't know Celsius right off the top of my head, but when I look at that, it's like, oh, that's real hot over there in the the Pacific Rim area.
Yeah. So SwiftBeast is asking about Q&A. I watched a bit only, and I was thinking to again watch the recording. Yeah, sometimes these sessions are very helpful because Pablo and Peter, they are from HAPS, so they would be sharing the updates and new features. And I have watched, I think the previous one, I like the idea. They have picked several broadcasts, and they showed, I think you learn a lot. Like they will pick up the nice broadcasts and shared.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. The
Yeah,
highlights.
yeah, and why they picked that special or particular broadcast. So they shared the nice things, and that's how you
Yeah.
learn new skills for broadcasting, right?
Yes, yes, and you pick up some new ideas. I'm not sure who did the broadcast last week, but they had a refractor telescope, the Cellon. I guess
Oh
it was
yeah,
made by Cellon of the moon,
yes,
and I
yes.
was fascinated with that. And I'm like, the
Mm,
next day when I got out of work, I'm looking at that particular model, and it's like, how did they do that? And there's a
yeah,
adapter to put your cell phone on, and I'm looking,
yes.
I got to get that.
I
That might be my
I was
power.
I
But
was able to. I think the person I could not recall, but he was in Randy's broadcast, and I
yeah,
was able to be with him.
yeah,
And I did ask because I was also a bit, fascinated and want to
yeah.
explore that. So they were saying like it can connect with your iPhone or mobile app, and then you could actually watch everything on the screen.
Yeah, there's actually
Yeah,
um, I think Neen. I say,
yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I
uh,
don't mind you pronounce
okay,
anything. No worries.
I'll get it right sometime. But
Real
there's
relax.
an adapter that is on the telescope or the refractor telescope that it has three axes to where you can adjust that, and I found that fascinating as far as uh, because if you just hold it, you're going to get the shakiness. But
Oh,
this dials it in on the three axes, and then you could take some great pictures. I've been looking on YouTube on this, and it's like, wow. The YouTubes are a couple years old, but to me, it's just like I'm fascinated with space and science. And right now, there's a spacewalk going on, I guess, up there in the International Space Station, which is
yeah.
pretty.
So there are few YouTube channels. They are showing always live space, broadcast from there, and I did watch, and it's so nice that you will spend almost half an hours or sometime hours to watch that.
Yeah, yeah. It's
Yeah,
just you get sucked into it as far as, okay, what are they
yeah,
doing?
yeah,
And because they live in a bubble
yes,
to
yeah.
where that you know it's very fragile up there. They only have moments of time to, if anything goes wrong, to evacuate if they can and stuff like that. And just we look at it, it's like nice and gentle. They're just moving along, but there's a lot of dangers out there.
Absolutely right. I always actually when watch that, I keep on thinking, how they are spending their days, how they're sleeping in the night.
Yeah,
And I then after that I watch a documentary. I think with the passage of time they need to bring in some kind of rockets to bring it to appropriate orbit, because sometimes it may.
bigger orbit. Yes, yes,
Yeah.
exactly. As far as that, um,
So
and just the capability. Last week, Space Gal, who's here on apps,
yeah.
I had her. She was broadcasting right there, and I had it up on the big screen on YouTube. But the
Mm,
difference, I had that. Okay, I'm normally watching it on YouTube or the TV, but to have
yeah.
somebody right there and you heard the sound of the rocket, I'm like, wow.
Wow.
I mean, that was
Yeah.
amazing and stuff. And one of the
The-
benefits of having HAPS, we had a person
yes.
right there.
Yeah.
Um, and, she is a wealth of information.
Yeah, yeah. I did watch that, like SpaceX. I think the rocket they send, I think, record number of satellites. Is that one you're
143.
referring to?
Can you believe that?
Yeah,
143. It's
yeah, yeah. So I mean, that's the beauty of apps, that you yourself are broadcaster, you yourself are producer. You no need to get approval from your boss. So
no,
if you're
no.
watching a television, then you have to actually get approval from the
Well,
boss or director.
you know how it's like life. You know, this internet is great, but we got with good and bad. There's crap people out there, and there's good people and stuff. It's just like life and stuff like that. You know, just
Uh,
but I tend to look at there's a lot more good out there, and
mm,
to be able to. I mean, if my father was alive and he could, be standing here seeing I just remember when. We landed on the moon for the first time. That was just mind-boggling and stuff. And but this International Space Station and what we're doing up there, as far as uh, he would just be mind-boggled by it, as far as the technology and just this internet, because he passed away just as the internet was starting. And he was just getting used to using a cell phone, the big brick cell phones.
yeah, yeah. The rod one, you know, about 5 kg, you
they,
know.
they were starting to come down in size, but they're well. It seems like cell phone technology were getting small. You had the little flip phones. Now they're getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah,
Samsung wants it bigger with more
yes.
cameras than iPhone. We're almost
Yeah,
going reverse again.
they're mixing tablet features into your smartphone, and
Yeah,
we
yeah.
are
Well,
going back and carrying the whole big screens next to your ear, you know.
exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But it's just interesting. They still call it a phone when actually it's got it. The average cell phone has more technology than the computers they used in the early space program.
Yeah, you're right. And I think I notice if you try to explore exactly the features you have on your smartphone and how many times you use these apps or features, you in a year you will take maybe 30% of apps you never use, you know, and you have paid for that.
Yeah,
So
exactly. Yeah, yeah. I find I use we got a service here. It's called Track Phone. It's a pay as you go. I've been using it for 20 some years, 23 years.
that's good.
And, the average phone cost for like unlimited data now is down to like $65, $70. But Track Phone, I'm not constantly on it. So my average phone cost is like $7, $8 a month. And I'm looking, people they're just throwing their money away, as far as do you actually get that much use out of it and stuff like that. But people,
Yeah,
they're constantly
yeah.
tied to, you walk the street, they're constantly on a cell phone now. And maybe we got this that sometimes it's good to take a break from it all. Let's
Yeah.
see.
No, no, I
Okay,
just
yeah, we
post
got.
a message, but it typo error. I'm just asking those who are joining in, just say hi.
Yeah,
But it's quite
but
weird. Last time I can edit the message, but the last message I could not, because I think I need to adjust my size of my studio.
uh-huh. Oh, you're talking about the comments?
Yeah, yeah, comments. You're right.
Okay. Yeah, I know they've been having. I've been watching Randy's
Mm,
broadcasts and some other broadcasts, and they've been having some issues with the chat as far as that
yeah.
goes. And
I mean, it's okay. The only the last comment I could not like, I could not reply.
oh, it
So
has to move
that's
up.
the weird.
Yeah,
Oh
it has
yeah,
to,
yes. So I'm
yeah,
waiting for others to
yeah,
message.
move
Yeah.
up, yeah.
So that
And
would be nice. Yeah.
so, yeah, I don't, like I said, I normally do. I was getting set up here, and I'll probably do a morning broadcast here. But I'm sort of feeling lazy
Yeah.
here, stuff like that. So I saw you
Oh,
on. It's like, oh, let me jump in there because he
that's good.
mine on the
Thanks.
chat,
Thanks.
stuff like that. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
this is, I think this is
Yeah.
the first time I ever talked to somebody that lived in Malaysia. So
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
yeah, and that's the other thing I was talking about is that this, I guess I equate this live streaming, going back to my grandfather, who was really involved in short wave. That was like the technology back then.
Yes.
This, I think, a lot of people don't realize, and they take for granted the hugeness of being able to talk to somebody like this. It's just almost becoming commonplace. But to me, I'm just fascinated with it. Totally
Yeah.
fascinated.
Yeah, absolutely right. It's like I don't know. I mean, when I started, I was watching, I was Googling something about Jubail because I brought up in Saudi in Jubail. That's how I
Mhm.
discovered Randy YouTube
Okay.
live session. So when I look at it from which platform he's broadcasting, so that's how I discovered Periscope.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I started watching him, and now the moment he switched
You,
to Habs,
you came over to
I
have.
started,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
looking at Habs broadcasters, that motivates me. Why can't I start broadcasting also? So this is my 40th day, and every day I will log in, I will check.
Yep.
Not every day I'm doing broadcast, but every day I do spend, on average, I would say 2 to 3 hours on apps, going through different broadcasters, and most of the time I do meet, like, maybe some other broadcaster. I will meet you,
Yeah.
maybe Swift meet there. So that's how we came across.
It makes
So
it interesting.
yeah, and
It's-
family is growing. Apps family.
Exactly, especially with Periscope, the news of Periscope. I came on here. I actually was on this app, and I'm thinking I was on it when it was still a newsy. Do the news and stuff like that, and you get paid for your news. I was just exploring it, and it's like, oh, it didn't really wasn't my cup of tea. So I guess I took a second look. Uh, was it just before the beginning of the year here? A lady, she's down there in Philadelphia called Eileen Smith. I've been following Eileen Smith for years on YouTube and stuff. She's an entrepreneur and all that, but she's a very nice lady, and she's on Twitch, and she mentioned something about it, and I guess it was a second. I was going to stay off of social media totally, like I told you, because our canine member of the family, Max, we had him for 16 years. He passed away, and that hit us hard. And I just didn't want anything to do with it. So I guess it was after a couple of weeks. I'm looking. It's like, well, let me look at Haps, and I started watching, and then it's like, well, and I've been broadcasting for what 20. What's today? Today's the 27th. For 20, I'm
Yeah.
I'm behind you a little bit, but I've been broadcasting every day for 26 days and stuff. And I find it very interesting because the interaction and the information that is there from other people and stuff like
Totally
that.
agree. Yeah.
So
And there's a quality content.
people,
If you
so
look at Periscope, sometimes you got a different content which sometimes you can't watch even with family.
yeah, I
So,
use
but I notice
Periscope.
here.
Yeah,
Mhm.
go ahead.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think there's a bit delay. That's why we both are talking at the same time sometime. Yeah. So how do you think about Twitch? Because I started there, but I struggle a bit broadcasting Twitch using desktop. But when
Yeah,
I install app, it was very easy.
yeah.
So like,
I like Haps, or I love Haps. I like Twitch.
mm,
I wish I had more time for it
hmm
because Haps is eating up that time. I did do. I like this game, and you'll see in my stream. I do. It's a Lord of the Rings online game. I've
I
been on it for
see.
13
Mm,
years. I was in the beta, and the guys are out of Springfield, Massachusetts. That's where their main headquarters is. And Warner Brothers did own it, but then they sold it out, and a group took over. But I've been with it for a number of years, and I like broadcasting that on Twitch. Saturday mornings, I'll have the Google Chromecast TV on the Twitch channel and watch other people play it and stuff. My wife the missus looks at me and says, how can you watch that? And I says, it interests me, how other plays and stuff like that. So that's a huge amount of content on Twitch. I have, what's that?
I mean,
She's saying something to me in the living room and stuff. She's having her
yeah, yeah.
stuff. I think I'm getting a little too loud, uh, but I like that. I
Mhm.
you know, I got my started
Oh,
streaming using Ustream years
I
back. So
see.
I think IBM bought that now, and then there was Blog TV, and then Blog TV went turned into Twitch. I used to be on Blab. You probably heard that
Ah,
before, where the
yeah, yeah. I
force.
have explored that also,
Say again.
but I did actually explore Blabs, but
Okay.
it short-lived, right? It's
Yes.
not that
Yes.
long.
I thought it was a
Yeah,
great concept, and that's what Haps reminds me of because I had a very good time.
yeah.
Of course, you know.
I'm I'm actually writing whatever you're saying. Like
Oh,
just now you mentioned, so don't consider me. I'm rude. I'm not
yeah,
looking at
no
you.
problem. That's yeah.
Just now you mentioned
I
about
got your little post,
Ustream.
yeah, my posties and pens. I
Yeah,
got your name written
yeah,
down here. Uh,
yeah. So
and-
you mentioned Ustream and few other tools. So I always love to explore tools.
yeah, but
And another, yeah, the feature I like in Twitch is it comes up as your background as a full screen,
oh yes,
and you
yes,
uh,
yes.
that
We
would be
have that
great.
here
Yeah,
on Haps on the replay. You can, or else if you're viewing, you can increase your viewing. Is that
yeah.
what you're
But
talking
what?
about?
No. It actually shows you your desktop screen. So when you're playing a game, your talking head will appear at the bottom, right?
Yeah. Yes.
So I love that because normally
Yeah.
I want to show my, apps step by step. If you go and watch my broadcast, some of them I actually share
You
different
on
tools.
Twitch?
Yeah, I started Twitch, but not that frequent, because I'm still struggling how I could actually broadcast. So I downloaded a studio. There is another separate studio
Okay.
app,
Yeah. Okay.
and I was not aware of that. That's the feature which I like also, that it runs at the background. Even I close the screen, it keep on making me live.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, in
Yeah.
apps you can't. The moment you move away from the screen, sometime mistakenly I click on apps icon to go back, and I will be out of this broadcast.
Yeah. Yeah. I know what
Yeah,
you're saying. Yeah. That's something. I'll have to check that because, like I said, I just been watching a lot of Twitch, and as far as that goes, and it's a great platform, just like Haps is. Another one that I was on before Haps was Get Vocal. Get Vocal.
uh,
It's a sort of similar to Blab, where there's four, and there's a lot of people from Blab that want to Get Vocal, but there's people that do shows, but they don't hang out like they do here on Haps.
and the other thing, whenever I will do broadcast sharing tools, I will put another screen next to me, because if I'm sharing using like present feature in the studio, then
Right.
I won't be seeing at the comments. So that's
Oh,
why
yeah.
I love to get
I,
feedback. And
I think that's smart to always have a secondary device
yeah,
for
yeah,
the chat. And I've done that when I broadcast on, well, actually, I do it on Twitch just to see if I got good sound because I'm always afraid my sound is going to go out and stuff. So
yeah.
I'm
But
periodically
in
looking.
yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. I use mobile app on Android device, so there is no monitor. But in desktop, there is a mic monitor. It shows the bar. But
Yep.
I want. This is my wish list. I don't know whether Habs team is listening or not. I want your monitor from your sound also, because
Yeah.
it happens with my nephew. I was doing a broadcast and I have invited him, and I have plugged in a second monitor using HDMI connector. So
Hmm.
what happened? The sound out went to monitor. So I could not hear, and I was telling him, I could not hear your sound, and nobody commented in the chat. So for 40 minutes we were using
You're
sign and all that.
talking. I've
Yeah,
been there, done that.
yeah.
And you're going up. It's a big oops.
Yeah, and when I watched the recording, that's for my first 1 month. Every broadcast I will watch to get to know any lacking, anything to get improvement. So when I watch the recording, everything was perfect from his side, and I'm saying him. His name is Saptan. So I was saying, Saptan, I could not hear you. Can you check your sound? Can you check your sound? And once I watched the recording, I was like laughing at myself.
Yeah.
So, and the
It's
other thing, I don't know, yeah, whether you are aware of or not, that we should have a favorite list. Now I'm subscribed to few, I think it's 1,000 plus
oh
broadcasters.
wow.
So that's how I actually, when we started, Randy always asked us to support
Now
each other, subscribe to each
a lot of
other.
those,
Yeah.
well, a lot of those people's, I'm sure you shut off the notifications if they go on. Well, that's the thing. I got this big long list, and
Yeah.
there's that's the first thing on Haps that was sort of irritating to me as far as I was getting all these notifications. They're online. They're online. I'm like, wait a minute. I I can see if they're online, because
Yeah.
I make it a habit to look at who's on and stuff like that. Um, and I don't really watch too many replays. Like the ones for Haps, I'm going to watch because they're going to give a lot of good information and stuff like that. But some of them, it's like it was just I was getting inundated, and I'm like, how do I turn these things off? And then I found, okay, you gotta, the notification. Like just recently, I think it was yesterday, I was doing a test broadcast, and actually, the camera, I think this update they did with their video graphics server or something like that, I
Yeah.
think it
In the
improved
in
things
the setting, yeah.
because my game, the majority of the game, it has a way of fading out. And this past weekend, it was sort of pixelated. Randy said it was like he tried coming in, it was one pixelated or something like that. So,
Okay.
and you could see it, it's sort of blurry. Yesterday's broadcast, it went out, and I think that's because of the server or maybe because of the internet connection. But for the majority of it, the game was pretty clear. So to me, that was an
Mm,
improvement. And people are really rushing. Oh, you got to do this, you got to do this, and it's still beta. Beta takes a while.
yeah.
Beta can be fun. I like playing around beta because it's like you also learn your own capabilities. Like yesterday, for the first time, I learned how. Well, I saw off in the left in the studio. There's the cogwheel. There's settings. You go in there. You can
Yeah.
change your title. I was like, how do
Title.
you change
Yes.
the title? So for the last month, I'm
Agreed.
like, I can't change the title. I just discovered it. It was like a discovered gold.
You could play around with notifier and takeovers. I
Yeah.
have actually did a broadcast on that also. So let me do. Uh, so
But
takeover will take the full screen.
application.
So now I'm going to disappear. Both of us will disappear, and you could see your name there. Okay.
Okay.
I so you
Okay.
notice here.
Oh, it's high
So this is
rich.
how. So
Oh,
we
okay.
can come back. So you could use takeovers, and then we have notifier. So notifier, I will put push, and you could see. Oops, I think Richard, we have lost you. Somewhere something happened with the maybe internet connection. Okay, you're back. Yeah, something went wrong,
Dropped.
right?
Sorry, I dropped out.
It's okay. No worries, no worries. Yeah. So that's how there is a notifier where you could actually push and it will change the title on top. You will
Yep.
see now.
Yeah.
So these
Yeah.
are the things which you could play around and
Yeah. They're just the
uh,
little things that it's like, oh, it should be so easy, but until you see where they have it laid out and stuff that, like just now, I had the mic monitor when I came in, I had it still enlarged, and I hit the exit, and that exit actually bopped me out of the
oh
broadcast.
yeah. It happens with me many times.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
sometime in the chat, you want to see the profile of a person who commented. The
Yes.
moment you click on profile, it will jump. and you are out of broadcast.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
get bounced out.
Yes. But luckily they have put 2 minutes for us to come back and join. It will continue, So
Oh,
if
okay.
within 2 minutes your broadcast will continue.
I've noticed that there's a timeout because there was another broadcast. I
Mhm,
guess it got bogged up and I exited out, but
mhm.
I think I didn't hit end broadcast and I just closed the browser down. I found later on when I got out of work, I'm looking at the replay. It says I broadcast for an hour. I said, no, I didn't. I broadcast for 30. I want 30 minutes. So I went
Yeah,
back. It times out at an hour, I guess. So I found that
yeah,
interesting. Just
yeah.
the things there.
Yeah, another thing, like now you are on my broadcast, and if you go, I'm doing live streaming on YouTube also. So even
Oh,
though you will go out,
uh huh.
but still on your channel it will continue.
Okay.
So I think apps need to do something like, if you are out of this broadcast, you could immediately cut off the broadcast on your YouTube channel. So
Yeah,
like
yeah,
Yasin have invited me,
yeah.
and I was there for about 15 minutes in his broadcast, and he was there for 3 hours. So I got 3 hours of recording on my channel.
Wow. Oh, on your other
So
channels. Oh,
yeah.
wow. I
So
think I
that's
think Randy was talking to Michael about that
yeah.
yesterday.
So
I
they need to fix
like
that.
that.
Once
Yeah, yeah,
once
yeah,
we
yeah, yeah, yeah. As far as there's
uh,
a gentleman on here does the modeling. His first name's Chris. I think he's on right now, but he had a broadcast for like 9 freaking hours, and I'm like, was
oh,
he
I see.
modeling for 9 hours?
Wow. Is it the he was modeling a cowboy house and
Yes,
something like
yeah.
that?
Chris. It begins with an S. His
Yeah.
last name, but he
Yeah,
does
yeah.
real intricate and detailed
Yes.
uh, broadcasts or modeling and
Yeah.
stuff. So,
I have watched for few minutes, but I noticed that he's so much into his artwork, and he should be, because it's a very detailed model.
yes.
He may not have time to even pay attention on what
Oh no, I don't
comments.
think he does. But he's opening a window of what
Yeah.
he's doing, and I find that very intriguing. As far as that's a lot
Yes.
of patience right there.
Yeah. And I noticed that he have put a picture of the model itself, and
Yeah,
then he's
yeah,
copying it.
yeah. I
Yeah.
think
And
this one
quite
this
interesting.
morning was called Hooligan's Alley.
Yeah. Hmm. That's
It's,
that's cool. So that's nice, Richard, to talk with you, and thanks for
yes.
coming by to my broadcast. I will just go out because I just finished. That's cool.
Okay, yeah, it's
Good.
very, very good. I'm very glad to
Yeah.
meet you. I appreciate you for allowing me
Same
to
here.
be in your broadcast. This makes my
Thanks. Thanks.
day as far as to do this, uh, and I
My
hope
pleasure. Anytime you want to join in, just say hi, and then I will let you in.
I
No worries.
appreciate that, sir.
Okay. Have a nice day and
You too.
enjoy your long weekend. Okay.
Yeah,
Bye.
ciao for now.
Okay. Bye.
Let's see, get out of here. If you can go ahead and drop me, Hasnan. That's
Yeah. I have uninvited you. Thanks for dropping by, Richard. It was pleasure to talk to you. Those who join in just now, just say hi so that I know from where you're joining. I could see there are 48 people. It was a bit busy day today, so I finished my work, then thought of doing a broadcast and sharing with you, all of you, how is my day, and watching a cricket match also between Pakistan and South Africa. It's a test match, so I think this is the second day. Okay, so we got eight eight batsmen out. South Africa have scored 220 in their first innings, and Pakistan have actually scored 295 and they got eight people out. Yeah. So thanks again. Yeah. Pleasure to talk to you, Richard. Yeah. I think the last comment, you have to give some time to let it appear the additional features with the message. Yeah. So Pakistan is leading by 75 runs, and this is the second day. You could watch all this cricket match live at YouTube. So it's a test match. So most of the stadium is empty. There's no crowd allowed due to COVID thing. So yeah. So let me put Richard. I want to put Richard message on top of my screen, but I can't scroll down. Okay, present on screen. Yeah, it's taking some time. Yeah, yeah, it's a cricket. That's what Pakistan national game is actually hockey, but cricket is people are crazy about it. Every state you will see people are playing. I mean, children are playing cricket and all that. Yeah, so it's kind of I would say if you want to just have an analogy, baseball kind of thing, but totally different rules. And they have a bat, but bit flat, and they do have ball. Very hard ball is leather covered, and you need to ball, and the other side will bat. There is a boundary, and like they run between the wickets. So yeah, this is how. Sometime I just used to watch this to just support uh, our team. Yeah, so I like this message, so I'm going to put on the screen, and soon I will be actually closing. This what I like, Richard. Your comment. Have a happy halves day using halves. Yes, but different and longer game with higher score. Yeah, you're right. So currently, Pakistan have scored 296 runs, and their eight players are out. So in one day, you have to play. You have to throw 50 overs. So every over got six balls to throw. So 50 times six. So 300 balls need to be thrown to one team, and then the other side will bat. They will have to hit. If they cross the boundary without any touch over the boundary, that will go 6 runs. And if its ball is rolling and cross the boundary, 4 runs. And in between runs, in between wickets, they they run, and that will be 1 run. And normally there are 10 players in each team. So this is what we call as cricket. Okay, it is a gentleman game, but yeah. So now they have invented different formats. We have now 20 overs also, a shorter version. So with the pace of life, a lot of people they like shorter version. But the real cricket they say is a test match for 5 days. So this is what. Wow. Okay. Thanks, Richard. Anyone else? Any question before I end my broadcast? I would like to thanks for dropping by to my broadcast. Wherever you are, stay safe, protect yourself, Take care of yourself and your loved ones. Okay. See you in my next broadcast. Do subscribe to my channel and share if you like my videos or broadcasts. Thanks, Richard, once again for dropping by to my broadcast. Okay. You have a good day, Richard. Good morning. Okay.